All right. New year, 2023. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good. Fire alarm.
Yeah, my no, it's my laundry. Forgot about that.
Okay.
Gotta go dry that
All
later.
right.
Yeah, been a quite a year to say the least. Um, Crypto aside, I don't know. I feel like it's been a
How
pretty
are you? How are you feeling like overall? Are you like just
overall.
I don't know, like
I feel good
about crypto?
about crypto. Uh,
Are you just full on
I
bear
feel
or?
no, I wouldn't say that. I f- I feel like I don't know. I've more and more been thinking that like we've already kind of hit critical mass to the point where like barring some sort of barring some sort of like wild regulatory implications or some like massive advancements in like computing or quantum computing or something like that that cryptography can't exactly keep up with. I don't think that this really like I don't think that it dies necessarily, and I think that because it's at that point, there's always going to be opportunities somewhere. Like even right now, there's definitely still alpha to be had. It's a lot fewer and farther in between, but it's definitely there. Um,
You heard the thesis of like there's not gonna be another bull market. Like there is like that was the last one. This is it. So I've seen that around
I,
and
I feel like that's just a meme. Do you know anyone who actually believes that?
I don't know the way that people. I mean, like maybe I'm just falling for the meme, but sometimes it's just like you hear the whole like .com bubble comparison, and sometimes I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, I don't know if anyone's gonna ever come back to this shit. Like, there's good tech, but like, I don't know. Sometimes I have that doubt where I'm just like, fuck, why would anybody want to deal with this shit again after like all the shit that's happened, especially the FTX shit. It's just like
Yeah,
fucked with the reputation. I feel like there is
I don't
none.
know. I think people are gonna come back. I think like at a certain point, this turned into a conversation about macro. If you're talking about like a decade long bear market, then like that's gonna happen. It's gonna be independent of what happened with FTX or with 3AC or whatever. It's gonna be because there's something larger going on. People are gonna like I don't know. People are gonna keep finding ways to come back as long as conditions aren't too terrible. Because like I don't know, you're still gonna hear stories of people who just make insane amounts of wealth from nearly nothing through crypto. People hear that, and then 20 people hear that, and they come and try and join the party or rejoin the party, maybe. So I
Yeah,
don't think we're
there's
quite
wins to be
there.
had. I
Yeah.
guess there's always wins to be had. 2022 though, where were you? I think I saw on your Snapchat story it was the best year of your life. It's a
Yeah.
heartfelt,
Yeah. 100%.
pretty heartfelt post.
Um. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's like I don't know. Obviously, it was. I've only been in crypto since like 2020, like early 2020 ish. It's definitely been the worst year for crypto that I've seen. But like all things considered, for my time in the industry and my life outside of that, it's I would say definitely. I mean, your first, I feel like your first year actually going into working full time in the industry, and an industry like this especially, is like wildly transformative, or has the potential to be at least. Just because there's so much you can do despite being so new.
Yeah. What were your like
Um,
favorite moments in the crypto ecosystem, like 2022? Because
um,
you weren't in half of the degenerate shit that I like lost all my
yeah,
money at,
yeah, no,
and
I
I was
didn't
like
touch.
surprised to hear that.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I have, I just get lazy with certain things. Like I definitely would have tried like like Avalanche more, like NFTs earlier on, if it had been like more in my face. Um, but I would kind of just scroll past it and never really like read it or like think too much about it.
Like,
Um,
did you buy a single ohm fork like at all?
no, no.
Like,
I bought and staked some O like way, way after the fact, after they were already down like 90%, actually, or not like 99%, I think. I
oh
actually
really?
just sold it too. Like I just sold it this past week, I think.
Nice. They were
I wasn't
outperforming
down
ETH
that
for
much.
like
I was down like
the past
20%.
couple weeks.
Really? Like
Yeah.
like with staking or just the well, the staking is like more sustainable now. I know it's not like insane
Or like
quadruple digits.
The G ohm was like outperforming. I don't know. I
Mm.
haven't been keeping
Oh
up with
yeah,
that.
yeah. I have heard that's been ripping.
Yeah. But like none of
Yeah,
the
I've been
DeFi 2.0 stuff you were touching. I
I
guess
mean,
other than like Luna.
what do you consider DeFi 2.0?
Like they were talking about Magic Internet Money, Luna
Mm.
UST, VE33, like all the Ohm forks, like they were like I completely bought that whole entire narrative of like DeFi 2.0.
Mm.
And like it was the whole idea of shitting on every single like die will die by my hand or like all that shit. Just shitting on all the DeFi 1.0 stuff because they were just like such low borrowing rates, just like kind of like throttling everything that DeFi 1.0 was doing. And I bought that. I bought that heavily.
Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
was.
It
I
was
don't know,
fun.
but I guess. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I
It
mean,
was so
the
fun. Like
kind of
I
rates you
missed
can
the
make
own
on that.
forks. Dude, you would have thought I was a genius. Like just seeing that APR. Like I remember I had one of my friends from college who was like a stock trader. Was like, yeah, like this own fork, that own fork, like every single one. Even fucking what's his name was in that one own fork. Mark Cuban. Like this shit was. It was a
Yeah, yeah. Titan.
fun time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a fun and Klima down. I think they're still around.
yeah. They're still around.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah,
Like the
no.
monthly APRs, like were nuts.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know. I just
That's
the most like I guess the most like degen thing I did this year was really not what you would consider DeFi 2.0, unless you count like Luna. But it, the most degen like shit I did was really just like LPing IL pairs on like some obscure dexes, some obscure AMMs, which like I don't think that ever turned out well for me, honestly.
like what dexes? Were you on
Like
like Phantom,
yeah, I was on
like Spooky
Phantom
Swap?
Solana, near uh
You were LPing on Near?
I was yeah, yeah.
Oh shit! I never
No, I
touched
wasn't
Near.
doing anything crazy on near. I was doing like I was doing mostly just near USDC, and then I think like a different stable pair. I was on Phantom heavy for a while, actually, for a very short but like involved period of time. I was on Phantom. I was kind of all over the place with Spooky Swap, Beefy, Liquid Driver, Spirit Swap. I think there were more, but
Tomb?
I just
Did
remember
you ever buy
Tomb.
into
Yeah,
that
yeah, I was
Tomb
on Tomb.
thing?
Tomb
Yeah,
was probably my biggest like holding on
really.
Phantom. Yeah, yeah. I wrote an article
Yeah,
about it too way back when, and like I don't know. I go back and read it sometimes, and like I did a good job of explaining like what it is, but not like why it doesn't work. Like
yeah,
you're just mirroring a token and saying, hey, there's no slippage. Like free free monies, which I guess
yeah.
is not uncommon, especially back then. But yeah, no. Highlights. Honestly, I feel like Luna
Such a
was
good time.
like single handedly the most money I've ever lost in my life. On paper, I guess. Like I didn't
Like one
lose.
trade kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And like most of what I lost was unrealized profits, honestly, because I only had put in like I think 2 grand into Luna, and I put it in quite low. So like near the top, I had like close to 100K. Um, and like my way of taking those profits off the table is moving it to UST on Anchor. I was like, oh, I'm
Fuck.
diversifying. Like,
Fuck. It was
um,
so nice though. Just like I don't know.
yeah, just watching
Just
that
just
bounce on
sitting
Anchor
at
going up
twenty
every day.
percent. Yeah. Just sitting at
Luna's
20%. It
ripping
felt
thirty
so
percent
good.
every other day. Like
Such a good time.
that was a fun time. That lasted way longer than it should have. Really. I also wrote an article on that. I remember, and like I didn't talk about the peg at all, but like anyone, like I didn't really know shit back then. I mean, I still don't now to some extent, but anyone could look at what Anchor was doing and realize that, like, yeah, this doesn't work. Like,
Yeah, but I
it's
don't
and
know
there's
about
no
you.
way to fix it.
Yeah, but
Like,
I was completely like fuck like especially like the ETH maxis that were like shitting on it and they're like, dude, it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam. I'm like, dude, fuck you guys. Like this shit's going to the moon. UST is giving me 20%. Like I'm riding this forever. Like I
you
was
know what it was
literally
for me?
mapping it out to like friends who were asking about it. I'm like, dude, 20% a year.
Yeah, I did
Like
the same
just
thing. Yeah,
just get dollars and put it in there and you make 20%. You're not even taking any you're not even in any crypto. It's a stable coin. Like what do you mean? There's no risk.
yeah,
And then
yeah, yeah.
if the
I made
people
that
that
mistake as
actually
well.
listened to me did what I told them to do, they would have probably came and fucking murdered me. Like the amount of people that would have
Mm.
fucking lost money listening to me, fucking nuts.
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely glad I wasn't more outspoken about that at the time. I remember for me, like once I realized like Anchor doesn't work and will never work. The only I didn't like leave at that point. I was just like, because when you think about it, it was just the LFG handing out free money, right?
And
Because
they
remember they
had,
topped up the Anchor reserve like what 3 times I
yeah.
think. They were just handing out millions, and it's like oh we'll top it up and then we'll find a way to make it sustainable. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna use Anchor until it gets like kind of low, and then I'll peace out like before there's a
Yeah.
run. But
It
obviously,
felt
didn't do that.
like where there's like a centralized actor that made you feel a little bit safer in a weird way. Like they
Yeah,
had a pile of cash. You could see their like wallet. I think I remember like talking to you about their wallet. Like you sent
yeah,
me
you
their
could,
wallet address.
yeah.
And like you're just like, okay, these guys have a shit ton of money. They'll keep topping this off and we'll be good. Anchor will be good.
Well, Anchor,
And
I never thought Anchor would be good. I just thought I like I recognized it was like musical chairs. I just didn't like
oh, I had
I just
no.
didn't think about that enough, and I didn't get out when I should have.
Yeah.
Um,
And then you got the stable, like, I remember seeing the stable coin bull Twitter accounts, like the USDC bull and the USDT
oh
bull.
yeah, yeah.
Like, that was hilarious.
That
But yeah,
was a very
winners
transformative time.
winners of 2022 is definitely stable coins. Like, if
Big
you were
one,
just in
yeah. Stash.
stables and lived in a third world country all of 2022, you were good.
It's actually there needs to be more rails for stuff like that because it's actually quite hard to get access to like a crypto exchange or get access to stables somehow right now in countries like that. Um,
Even with
so like yeah,
the
it's feasible, but
even with the crypto.com, like the card or whatever, the Visa card.
well, if you're talking about spending it, that's a whole other thing. But I'm talking
Uh,
about like finding an exchange that's going to take your Colombian pesos or Venezuelan bolivars or whatever and exchange it for Bitcoin or exchange it for
oh no,
USDT.
yeah.
There's
I'm talking like
very
people
few
that
that
are
can do that.
making like, US dollars and then just having minimal costs. Like that was
Oh yeah,
probably the best trade you could have because people in the US were like sort of fucked riding inflation anyways. So if you were like outside, you could hold dollars on chain and then just
mm.
spend them in a country where the exchange rate is so good for you. Like I feel like that was the best trade because it wasn't housing, wasn't bonds, wasn't crypto, wasn't stocks. But yeah,
Just staying
enough.
flat. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the dollar outperformed fucking everything. Um,
yeah.
yeah, but I mean, I don't know, not as fun. Plus, like you couldn't. I mean, I don't know. There were some people who had like the wherewithal to see this coming more so and like plan ahead for the year, but I've like it's really hard to stay flat for a whole year like that. Like I've met a lot of people who say like, "Oh yeah, January 2022 and December 2021, we kind of saw this coming. We realized we had to start selling, but we didn't sell enough, you know?" It's like, "All right, well then you didn't really realize, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not that easy to do to just completely shift your position like that after such an unprecedented like boom for however long the bull market lasted."
Yeah. Who else would you put? I mean, like GMX, easy winner of 2022. I'm pretty sure the only
GMX,
profitable trade of the year. Like the only green one,
well,
I think, from
the
2021.
I would say one of the more like mainstream ones, yeah. Um, It's been it's been in a pretty much since inception. It's been in a pretty decent range all in all. Like it's been
Yeah.
performing well, but it really has. It's never gone below $10. It's never gone above 60, which is pretty fucking good for
Yeah.
being around for over a year.
Yeah. And I think the platform itself just kind of
I
shows
use
that,
GMX all the time.
yeah,
I just funded a. I think I told you I just funded because
your
I've always tried
trading
trading,
account.
but I've never been good at trading.
Yeah.
But like I want to, I keep coming back to it. It's like an abusive relationship. So I funded a new wallet with 500 USDC, and I'm just gonna see
Do you take any trades yet?
where. Yeah, I opened a long that just got filled actually,
Ooh, what did you
because
long? We
I'm
copy
long
trade.
from 1194 on ETH, yeah. I don't know, like
Are you on? Are you levered up?
of course I'm levered up.
Are you maxing it out or
There's
what?
a no. I'm not doing more than like at
Five.
most like 5x,
Yeah.
6x, but on average way less than that. I don't expect that this is gonna go well. To be honest, it's just like gonna be unemployed soon. Wanna occupy my time with something. Plus, it's like $500. Like I would like to make money trading. I think I could if I really spent a lot of time on it. I just don't. Like
Yeah. It's tough. I mean,
it's
I've
tough.
had like
Yeah.
moments where I just like hit and keep hitting, and then it's just all gone in like an instant. One bad trade, and you're just fucked.
Yeah,
It's
honestly.
just so emotional. It's just such an emotional like thing to do the trading.
That's
If
why I
you can just do it
prefer.
like a robot, you're good. But
Oh yeah, that's the whole idea.
yeah, but yeah,
That's why I
GMX like they
prefer
killed it.
NFTs, honestly, because
Yeah, but
it's like
trading you
less
have something to
serious,
fall on though.
Like
Like you're
what?
like okay, like Ethereum does something. Like there is a not a set price, but like someone's gonna buy an Ethereum off me like at $800. There's someone out there that's gonna like buy it. But with NFTs, like there's like a 75, I think 80% chance no one ever even clicks on that OpenSea listing again, and you're just holding this fucking image that literally you just can't even sell for a loss. Like you can't sell
Well,
it for
yeah,
anything
but
after a
you
week.
don't. You don't. I mean, there are very. I can probably count on one hand, maybe two hands, the number of NFTs that I would be comfortable holding for more than like 2 weeks. Like everything else is just like a game of the greater fool, honestly. Um, and I don't see that number growing either. Uh, I mean, I guess it's always possible, but it's tough to add another one to that list of crypto punks, a couple of the art blocks, maybe Pudgies now, Zookies, Apes. Like that list really isn't going to grow too much, especially in this market. Um, so it's like a different game, you know. You because you are stacking ETH, and then like you're that at least for me, that's the whole goal. Like I'm not doing this to accumulate like I don't know, fucking some dumb NFT. Well, I mean, I guess I am to some extent. I'll probably start picking up blue chips at some point, but in the grander scheme, the goal is just to stack ETH, right?
Would you rather have a
I'll
punk or an ape?
a punk.
Punk.
Yeah. I don't like apes, dude. Like
Yeah.
if I had the ETH to spend on a punk on an ape, I would turn to so many different places before I bought a punk. Before I bought an ape. Um
Really?
like I don't doubt that they'll appreciate. I don't doubt that I don't doubt that they will retain value for a long, long time. I just am not a fan of the brand. Um and I don't really like the artwork either.
Yeah.
Pretty stupid, honestly.
Yeah.
Five squiggles. Or
Really?
four cars. Yeah.
I don't know.
Squiggles are gonna.
I see. Like I like the art blocks.
Squiggles are
That's the
gonna do
art blocks
well.
one, right?
Yeah.
Like I like them, but holy shit, is it like you know, like you tell people, oh yeah, someone paid like $1 million for this ape, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? But like going from that to like, I feel like a squiggle is even crazier. Like saying you paid $1 million for this squiggle is, I don't know. I feel like it's a whole different level that I'm just not there yet. I'm just not there yet in my faith for NFTs. But I don't know much about art blocks. I feel like they're trying to be like I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to be, like a Christie's or like a Sotheby's of like fine art on Web3. But I don't see it.
Essentially. Well, I mean, it depends on what you look at too. Like squiggles, if like without knowing anything about like the people behind like the community, the Squiggles community, people who own Squiggles, Squiggle DAO, just people who are generally behind this. Just by looking at it, you're like, yeah, what the fuck? Like it's literally just like I could do this on Microsoft Paint in 5 seconds.
So you're saying like the
But there's some other,
community and the aspect and everything involved in it is way better.
yeah, that's everything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
apes would never be worth 10% of what they were if all these celebrities didn't also own them.
You know they're getting a class action too. All those
Are they
celebrities
really?
and the MoonPay guys.
No,
People,
I
I
did
mean,
not know.
one of the bankless guys was saying that it's a security. The bankless guy, yeah, he
Yeah.
was saying
I
that
mean,
he would
anything can be
consider
classified as
ape
security
a
if you
security.
squint hard enough.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but apparently they were getting that shilled
um,
by some like PR manager was shilling it to all the celebrities, and
mm,
then you involve the ape token and all that
yeah,
kind of stuff, and
fuck. The
they might get
bankless guys are
wrecked.
doing that. That's kind of fucked
Yeah, it
because
was
that's not
only
good for
one. It was
anyone if
only
something like that
yeah,
happens.
it was only one. It was the guy without the glasses. Not Ryan, the other guy.
I don't know.
Um,
It's a different with the bankless guys, to be honest.
yeah, but the other guy, like,
Maybe I will be soon. Who knows?
ooh,
Um, but no, like, yeah, like Squiggles, like, yeah, you see it and it's like you don't get it, you know, like it's hard.
art alone, I'd rather have a cappy than a squiggle, and I don't even know what the cappies look like right now.
But like some art,
Art alone.
like a Fidenza. You're telling me a Fidenza like isn't like fucking
No, I'm
sweet?
talking squiggle. I'm talking the squiggles only.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Like I'd have anything art wise other than a line like that. But who
It's
knows?
a pretty cool line. It's a pretty cool line. You can have
Do you
have
get like
different color spreads, different directions,
do you
different
get like
steps
IP
between
rights on like the
colors.
exact color or something? Or the exact the exact squiggle?
I, I can't explain it, but I do firmly believe that Squiggles are going to outperform most of the market over the. I
Really?
mean, if you're smooth brained enough to chart floor prices on NFTs, it's a pretty good looking chart. It's just been melting upwards since like January.
We're gonna
Um,
have to look into the squiggles. Is friendships the lowest barrier to entry in the art blocks, or do they have something?
Most like well known lowest barrier, yeah, I would say. The mint is actually closing soon. I think it closes on the third, so supply is going to be locked after that. Supply is already fucking massive. It's like 30K, but it's going to
Yeah.
stop appreciating, which is good. Um, I yeah, I sold one today. Uh, I sold one like a week ago, I think. Um, Still have three left, and I, I don't know. I mean, I like these things. I don't really see how, because if you look at the recent sales, people are scooping rares, hella. Like
Yeah.
people are buying full sets and
That's
and
always a good
and
sign.
paying well above floor. Yeah, despite the fact that this is a collection of 30K, which is ridiculous.
What's like daily volume on there from
Friendship
friendships?
bracelets? That's a good question. It's up today. It's 240 ETH today. But that's higher than usual.
Yeah. I mean, that was a good call by you. I just hate the art. And
You
usually
don't
the
like
ones that
friendship bracelets?
I hate the art. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I don't like the art.
I don't really have any attachment to it or
See, you
against
look
it.
at them in a
I'm kind of
better light
indifferent.
of
I'm kind
like,
of indifferent
yeah,
towards it.
you look at a lot of the NFTs in a better light, kind of like just literally like altcoins, not even the art.
I mean, you have to consider the art on some level though. Like even if you don't like it, you can kind of like abstraction. It was kind of clear that that's like the type of thing that people in this industry would really like. Um, I thought it was cool too, but had I not, I probably still would have been interested because it
I
has
like the
that.
anon aspect more than the art.
I mean, it goes along with each other. I think like
Yeah,
the gen art, like super abstract, like vague uh kind of like art block Spidenza kind of vibe, along with being a non. It's all part of the whole like cypherpunk like vibe that's really core to crypto. I think. Um, so
yeah.
like I don't know. There's some stuff that I'll buy or that I'll consider buying just because I like the art, but like that stuff doesn't usually work out very
Did
well.
you actually get one of those ducks?
No, 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 no. Besides,
No.
someone sent it in one of the groups I'm in today. Actually, let's see what he said about it. Someone sent it and someone reacted to it also. He's like, I've aped a bunch of these mainly because I like them, which is exactly why I would do it. Um, Maybe I should get these. I don't know. They're only 12, like $10. They're
Yeah,
only $10 a piece, and it's a collection of 3K. So I don't know.
it would feel like a kind of like a family type of thing with your main PFP, and then like
Yeah, I
the
mean,
other
I've
kind of smaller versions.
I don't think I like them enough to like hold on to it. I would just want to flip it. Plus, like I'm not married to the duck theme. Like I got
No?
the ENS domain too as like a backup, just because it matches. But like I didn't get
Did you get
I
that
didn't
Ollie
get the
one?
noun. Which one? No, there's a 3 month grace period after expiry, so I have to wait until like March.
Oh,
But I have the ducky one right now. I didn't get that noun because I wanted a duck. I was just scrolling through the different ones, and I happened to like that one, and it happened to be a duck. So like, oh yeah, that's why I didn't ape this thing because I was looking at their like first followers, and most of them were bots.
oh,
Um,
oh!
and
You
yet
can
they only
filter for
have like
that.
2K
That's sick.
followers. Well, no, but you can tell by looking at an account whether they're a bot or not. Like this one, it's so obvious. Like I'm sure there's some tools out there. Someone's building tools to like actually um like automate this. But like you see an account with 23 followers, their profile picture is a very low quality mutant ape, and their name's like Ibrahim 567734526. Like nobody
Those
makes their
that's
handle that.
retail, man. Those are the retail guys. They're
No, it's
just
not.
getting
I
in here.
refuse to believe that
Retail's
there are people
back.
that dumb around.
Retail is back.
I guarantee you, you follow this guy is gonna message you trying to steal something from you.
I didn't know that asking for a logo design was gonna get the bots there so quickly.
yeah,
That was pretty
yeah,
weird.
maybe. I wonder like what they're trying to do there.
Just probably have me
Um,
sell them money and then never give me
oh yeah,
anything.
and then just never deliver. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's probably the
I was thinking people might
play.
set up Twitter bots where like they take tweets, they throw it into like Dolly or something like that, and then they give you that, so you actually get a product. If no one's doing that, someone should be doing that.
Take a tweet and put it in a dolly as artwork.
Yeah. Or no, like set. Well, I mean, yes, but also like all those bots that just rained on your tweet. Like, let's say you automate it to go and grab your tweet and like filter out whatever you're asking for, throw that into Dolly, and then all of a sudden it has a product for you, and you just charge
Yeah,
each user like $5. You can.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not
Maybe we
like
maybe
I
we
said,
start farming
I
that.
don't know how that stuff works.
We need a nerd. If there are any nerds out there that want to help us understand different things, like MEV, are you MEV like centric? I don't know if that
Centric,
makes
definitely
sense.
not. But like I'm
What was
I
that
don't know.
one
It's like a
MEV
constant
thing that went
struggle.
crazy? The manifold or
Manifold,
fold? Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
wonder
I
how
still
that's
have some
doing.
manifold.
Oh,
It's
do you really?
fine. Yeah, I'm staking some, not a lot, but I recently like over the past week, I like consolidated all of my different wallets because I had a bunch of like small bags of shit that I didn't really like need anymore. I had holdings spanning like probably like 20 to 30 different assets, and it's like there's no point. Like I'm not keeping
Really?
up with even half of those. Yeah. Just stuff that had been sitting around for months that I had not touched. So
Oh,
I
okay.
sold a lot of it, moved it all over to a couple that I'm comfortable holding still. And
It's
um,
just ETH at this
but
point.
yeah, no. Well, yeah, really.
What else is there to hold realistically?
I mean, you can do a lot with ETH right now. There's good opportunities out there to earn on it. I think.
Yeah, what were you thinking about that whole rocket pool LSD narrative? I've been seeing that a
Yeah, I mean,
lot. I did not know
I
it's
haven't looked into
13%
it too much
staked.
myself. Yeah, I mean, I would not expect there to be a lot of ETH staked right now.
I think I was
Would
more
you?
surprised that like Cardano has like 76% staked.
Because
And I
Cardano
mean,
is very easy to stake, and you can also withdraw it when you stake it,
oh yeah.
like 1 to 1. Can't exactly do that with ETH. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into Rocket Pool too much myself yet, but I know people who've had very positive experiences, like running nodes for them. And I know it's there's like a spectrum of like staking protocols or liquid staking protocols, and like obviously Lido's the current winner, but it's also like way on the like centralized like monopolized side, and it's like probably like the least the least like plus EV solution for the community in the long run. Um, so
They're just gonna be attacked like from the whole social layer of Ethereum. Like people are gonna fight. Like all the ETH maxis are gonna keep fighting until their share of the stake comes down a lot. People aren't staking with them as much. That's why there's like a giant
yeah,
push for Rocket Pool. I mean, they're getting all the bankless ads. Like Sasano is joined some Rocket Pool board. Like they're
mm,
shilling Rocket Pool like crazy, and it's like comes off as like a social layer thing where we don't want Lido to have some kind of centralized control. So I don't think I would touch the
I've heard.
Lido token, but RPL can make a run, I think. But holding a
I'm
useless
sure, yeah.
governance token now it just doesn't feel right. Buying any altcoin just doesn't feel right nowadays. But you take a cold shower and you come back and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking 15 minutes ago? buying Rocket Pool token. But who knows?
It's like I don't know. I think now is when you don't buy the sensible stuff. You either buy the like or you don't buy the halfway sensible stuff. You either buy ETH or Bitcoin or like I don't know. Maybe there maybe some other exceptions like some other L1s like Matic or like I don't know, Atom, something like that. You don't really buy governance tokens. That's pretty much always going to burn you over the next year, I think. Um, if you're not buying that like safer quote unquote stuff, then you're just buying garbage. Or you're buying stuff that you know like is is just going to see a quick pump. And
Do you
Rocket Pool
think
is like
do you think the
not that
comparison
yet.
between like governance tokens and like stocks that don't pay dividend, basically the same thing if you actually sort of think about it. So I've heard people say like a governance token sucks and like you're hoping they turn on fee share, but if they don't, like you're still a holder of like you still own an aspect or a part of the company and you can speculate you're speculating on the company's future success and growth just like you would with a stock share. What would you say about that?
Uh, no, I wouldn't agree with that
No?
because no, because I mean, yes, in both cases, I guess you're entitled to a share of the entity, but in the case of like a protocol, what entity is there? Like, it's not meant to accrue value centrally, whereas companies' stocks are. So, like, what you're entitled to is
No, I mean like with a stock
a
you're
lot
the
more.
things you're hoping for like value accrual or customers, stock buybacks or what like news reports on like how well the company is doing. But unless you're getting paid dividends, you're not really earning on it like a fee share would.
Well, but it's I'm saying that like even without if you're making the comparison that governance tokens without fee
Not like
sharing
every
and
governance token. I'm talking like Lida.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
Sort
just
of
the point
good.
is that it's not like that's not where the value accrues for protocols. Like just by owning a share of, just by owning a say in the future of the protocol, and in essence, owning a piece of it, that doesn't mean that that piece of it is proportional to the value that it creates. Like Uniswap does how much volume, and the token fucking sucks because
Yeah, but if
that's
they're
not
users,
where the
if
value
they're,
accrues.
but their value has gone up since users have gone up.
Sure,
Genuinely,
it's gone up, but
generally.
not proportionally to the way a stock would, even like a non-dividend paying stock.
Why do you think that is
Just
though?
because that's just the nature of like the technology. Like what actual like tangible thing is a governance token holder earning? Like Uniswap does like I don't know
You're
a
just
billion in volume a
speculating.
day.
You're just speculating on it
I'm
going
just
up, just like a Tesla shareholder.
well, no, I don't think so. Because in that
No,
case, like Tesla or whatever stock. Let's not use Tesla because that's a pretty
like Walmart
that's a
or
sure like Walmart.
Walmart.
Walmart does X amount of
I'm pretty
sales
sure
in a day,
Walmart
right?
pays dividends, but let's just say they don't.
Let's say they don't, sure, but they do X amount of sales in a day, right? And obviously, some of that goes to employees, to different costs. It goes to this, and that, but it also goes to the general growth of the company and the increase in value there. Whereas for something like Uniswap, like
Yeah, but
all of that,
what does what do Walmart shareholders get with Walmart succeeding? They get nothing. They're just hoping that Walmart buys back shares. That's or
sure,
that reports come out that say that Walmart has so many customers, Walmart's doing so much in revenue. They're not getting any of that revenue because there's no dividends. But other people are going to say, "Oh, well, they're doing a bunch of sales, they're doing a bunch of revenue, a bunch of people are using it. I'm going to speculate and say that this is going to hold its value." I heard this
Sure.
take today. I think from like Tucky or something like that. And I was like, fuck, like it sort of makes sense. For like a solid protocol like like you said, like a Uniswap or a Lido where it's a successful product, it has fit, it's at, it's getting wrecked, you know. And there are investors that have unlocks and cliffs and whatever, but maybe Lido keeps making money. They keep making a percentage of their staking. They stay as a strong holder in like a Mount Rushmore of LSDs, and maybe they buy back shares. Maybe they, I mean, Yearn is sort of doing that with their governance token. They're buying back Wi-Fi and they're doing like that kind of model. Um, I don't know
But
because I
buybacks, I think token buybacks are different from stock buybacks. Stock buybacks are, well, I guess,
they're the same. Essentially, they're the same. Like this, Walmart is just holding them and it's basically burning them. They don't put them to any use. They can't do anything with them.
right, right. I don't know. I still don't love that analogy.
Right?
Just
That's what I
because,
was that's what I was thinking when I heard
and
that because governance tokens have like such a bad taste. I feel like in everyone's mouth, but at such low levels with specific protocols that have significant like product market fit and significant users and they're not going anywhere. Like you could name a lot of the DeFi basic shit that survived and they have their governance token. Like there's a there's an argument to be made for these kinds of tokens. I think like going into 2023. Because do you see Maker? I like I said before, the DeFi 2.0 guy. Like I was like, oh, Dai's over. Like Maker's fucked. Like they're too boring. They're too slow. Like they're just gonna keep growing. Realistically,
yeah, but that doesn't accrue to the governance. That's the problem. Like,
but then why do stock shares go up though? Why do people hold Walmart?
because in my mind, a stock. If you're equating a stock to like equity in a company, if you own 10% of a company's stock, you own 10% of that company.
Yeah,
The company does sales. They do volume. They make money. They provide services. They provide something, and they make money for it. Whereas
they don't give you any of that.
protocols just serve as an intermediary. Like
No, I
if
mean,
if you if you
why
own
don't?
if you own 10% of Walmart stock, they would give you like I don't. I mean,
What would they give
obviously
you
it has
though?
to mature
They
to the
can't
point
give
where
you
it's
anything.
well, okay. If
Just
it's
for
not
holding
a
the
dividend
stock,
paying
you don't
stock,
get
then yeah,
anything.
at that
Yeah,
point, if it's yeah, but don't, dude. All stocks not eventually mature to the point where they have to pay dividends. Like
no,
they
no,
don't.
not
Because
all
I
stocks pay
actually don't
dividends.
know.
I'm gonna
Well, okay,
say,
not all
I'm
stocks
gonna
do,
say,
but the
I'm gonna say, I am 75% sure that like when you mature to a certain level, like you're saying that, but that's the same thing as like, okay, well, I don't even know if Lido has fee sharing on. I think they don't, and Uniswap doesn't. Like you're just hoping that eventually they get to the point where they do. That's the same thing as hoping that they mature enough to get to pay dividends out. It's a hopeless dream unless you're saying like
but
it's a standard.
even if a governance token does get to that point, that's so much smaller than what you would get from like equity because fees are nothing. Like Uniswap fees, what is that? It goes mostly to LPs. Um, it's the whole model revolves around it not accruing value, around it just serving as an intermediary, as like a trustless intermediary. Whereas like Walmart, they're they're
But
not trustless. They're not
they're
purporting
both
to be
businesses though.
decentralized or anything.
They're both businesses.
Are they?
They're different businesses. We can't say Uniswap isn't a business.
Why not?
I mean, they make
How are you
money.
defining a business here?
They make money. People
Like,
use their product and they make money. Isn't it
do
such
they?
a
Who makes money on Uniswap? If let's say the token's not there, let's say we're just talking about the product. Who's making money? Is the protocol? Are the smart contracts making money? Are they taking a cutout and pocketing some of it?
Are they not?
No.
What would go to token holders?
In theory, fees,
Yeah.
but to my knowledge, the fee switch isn't on.
Yeah, but so who's I know the fee switch isn't
But I'm
on
saying I'm saying
for
disregard the token. Disregard the token for a second. If you're just talking about the product,
yeah, I think okay, maybe I'm just plainly dumb, but I'm you're telling me Uniswap doesn't make any money off the protocol?
who is Uniswap? Who is making money? Are you talking about like Uniswap Labs?
Yeah. Do they not make
No,
a
they don't make
dime?
money. No,
No fucking
no. They
way.
well, okay. That's what the token's for. That's what the token's for. That's what fundraising rounds are
Oh, I see
for.
what you're saying. Wait, holy fuck.
Do you think?
I'm thinking
What's an
that
example?
Uniswap is making a cut from trades that happen on their platform. And they are right
No,
now, they're keeping those, and then eventually they want to turn on the switch to where it goes to token holders. Is that not the case?
no,
Really?
no. That would be egregious. Not egregious, but that would be a standard for the industry then, and it's not.
Wait, so what is that one fucking site where everyone's like, oh, Uniswap fees are this much today, and like they've done this much?
Because LPs have to make money.
So all
Like
fees
yes,
go to LPs. Like, okay, for instance, like
as of right now,
OpenSea.
I think
For OpenSea. OpenSea doesn't have a token.
OpenSea is not a protocol. OpenSea is a centralized marketplace.
So it's not a similar. I know they're not like decentralized in the same fashion, but like what I'm saying is OpenSea has their own fee on top of creator fees that happen on the platform. Uniswap does not have that.
Uh, yes, yes. OpenSea makes it abundantly clear.
Yeah,
Every time you execute a sale, you
they get
make
like
way
two and a
less
half, right?
than yeah. They get a lot, honestly. Um,
Uniswap doesn't
for
do any of that.
Uniswap,
Holy shit!
no, no. For UniV3, they have the different like fee levels for different pairs that like affect things like slippage and IL. But all of those fees get routed to LPs. They don't like the system wouldn't work if they were taking a cut. Um, it would like
So what would the fee
if
switch
they're
be?
what would the fee switch be?
Yeah,
Like,
like
do you mean
let's
like
say
a
they turned
number?
on like Uniswap token fee generation, like that switch that
Okay,
everyone talks about. Where
okay.
would that come from?
They would implement it into the protocol, to my knowledge. They would just say, hey, from
So
now
they would do
on,
the
trades are going
whole.
to have a 0.01% fee.
Okay, so
Additionally,
they just don't have that at all right now, is what
no.
you're saying.
I was just looking it up, actually. There was an on chain vote last month, actually. Um, Proposal, guiding vote. Yeah, they would start out with specific pools, specific like larger pools, so just like DAI, ETH, USDT, USDC, ETH. Makes sense. Wouldn't want to do it on like shit coins to start out. Um, but yeah, no,
Holy
it's because
shit!
it's like you have to remember like
So
if you
one
look
day fees,
if we're
like,
talking about
hold on, look at this. Uh, like this. These are just fees that are going to who? LPs?
LPs, yeah, but that's not a lot, dude. Think about how much volume Uniswap does. Well, I mean, it's a lot. in like the grand scheme of things, I guess. But I don't know. Like it's the whole point of it is it's lean. It's not like it needs to strike a balance between LPs being incentivized enough to stick around um and fees not being so high that traders are being driven away.
Yeah.
Where
What
can
does
you
pseudo
see?
do?
What does
They're
pseudo do? Pseudo's dead. Honestly, pseudo's dead. It's kind of
yeah.
sad, but they're. I don't
You
see.
really lost
I
complete
was
faith in them? I'm not there
dude. I was
yet.
looking at their volume today.
What is it?
Dude, they don't do shit. Go to like okay, what's like a top? Let's see. Go
Are they
to
gonna show their volume? Maybe Dune has it.
no, but you can. Well, Dune. Yeah, Dune has it too, and I actually didn't even look at it on this, but it probably fucking sucks. It's on Manson as well somewhere. But what I did was I went to individual collections on SudoSwap, and I just looked at the activity. Um, so if you look at like Azuki's, which is borderline blue chip, it's the literally first collection you see when you log on. Um, in the past week, there's been
So
six
okay.
sales,
Wait, look at this.
six transfers,
Holy shit, in a week there was only 6 sales? Oh
and
wait,
on
just
Azuki.
for Azuki, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Um so when you're looking at this chart, now I'm understanding what you're saying. There are no protocol fees for Uniswap.
Right.
There's LP
Well,
fees.
actually, I don't know how you would define them.
No, there'd be
I don't know if
liquidity.
they're the same or if they're interchangeable.
Okay. I don't know. Damn. No, pseudo like I feel like
It's
it
cool.
has
I
to
mean,
work.
it was fun for like a couple weeks. I don't think the NFT AMM model is done for, but I think pseudo's done for unless they can.
You don't think they can
I
pick it
mean,
back up with marketing? I feel like the
well,
product is
I don't
good
know what
enough.
they're working on. I don't know.
They
I don't
got
think their product's that
raised.
good, to be
They
honest.
raised. They raised. What's their like
I think they're. I didn't understand SudoSwap until I used it. I read about it a couple times, and it's like very simple. It's very intuitive to me now, but I had to try it out before I really, you know, was interested. Which is like not sufficient now, I think. And I really only tried it because people were telling me to try it. They're like, "Oh yeah, you won't understand it until you try it. You set up a couple pools, you see what you make from that." Um,
I don't
they
know.
definitely did raise.
They
I don't
raised
remember
and
when and how
someone was
much,
saying
but
they're just gonna clean up the UI, do some marketing, and they'll be
they
like,
haven't done
all
shit,
right.
dude. Like I don't know. I'm not in talks with the team, obviously, but they haven't. Like it looks the exact same as it did when I first found it, like way back when. Not way back when, but like early in the summer.
But didn't people think of Uniswap in a similar manner? Where it was like too boring, too basic, doesn't really like kind of sucks. Or maybe even Curve, like shitty UI,
Maybe,
like
but
it's a needed thing.
is it?
Dude, I would love to just whenever I fucking want to just pump whatever NFT I want to immediately into a pool. Like people are in need of that liquidity. Waiting for someone to fill your shit on OpenSea or whatever NFT trading platform sucks. It really sucks.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true, but I don't think it's as crucial of a backbone as something like Uniswap or like Curve was. Um, that's the difference. Because OpenSea like sucks, but it works.
And OpenSea is
Binance
taking a
sucks.
shit ton of fees.
Onboarding through sexes suck, but it works. Like, it's the
Another
least.
2022 winner. Fucking
What,
Binance.
Binance? Yeah. Yeah. So it
Fucking
seemed like they weren't
Binance.
going to be for a little while, but they made it.
I feel like people have shitted on Binance for a while, especially BNB the chain. Like all of those like absolute shit coins that people were stalking on like Deck Screener all the time. Every single
BNB
BNB
chain, yep.
launch.
Hmm.
BNB they did well. They did well.
So, damn, they still have quite. The token really hasn't suffered much at all from the
Nothing.
FUD that's been
It's
floating
up
around.
only.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It's literally just up only.
I don't know too much about Binance Chain. I've used it a couple times, I think, but
Pancake swap. That was one of
yeah,
the
I
first
bought
times
some
I
like
saw
shit
like
coins on there.
decent APY, and I was like, "What? What the
I
fuck
bought
is
some like
this?"
shit coins on there and did some LPing there, I remember, but like it's just so like I don't know. I think like for BNB Chain to be like a net positive for the like long term future of crypto, they need to just solely like completely double down on just being like an onboarding tool. Like just make blockchain approachable. Like
Yeah,
nobody you're not fooling
keep it
everyone, you're not the
centralized.
real chain, you're not actually decentralized. Like that's fine, you can do that. But make it easy as shit for anyone to go and use it, anyone to go play around with stuff. But the problem is when you do that, because they do that to some extent, not as much as I would like, but to enough of an extent that anyone can go and make any shitcoin
I think they did
within
a,
seconds.
I think they did a good job of that. People were using Binance on mobile, like buying all of those shitcoins. I saw people that like on Instagram, like friends of mine from like high school, talking about trading BNB.
How would you onboard to Binance Chain? Is it any different from going like KYC on centralized exchange, withdraw from centralized exchange, and then you're on Binance Chain? That's what
Basically,
they need to fix. That's what they need to make easier. Like nobody wants to go KYC, wait 2 to 3 days to be
oh no,
approved,
there's still some
buy it,
waiting for
withdraw it.
Binance. It's not like
Yeah,
instant. It's
that's
not instant, especially not Binance US. I mean,
they.
like maybe Binance.com, but Binance US definitely not. But I've
Yeah,
never
that's
KYC.
that's
I
the
didn't
problem.
KYC. Uh,
Mhm.
I have Coinbase KYC, but that's it.
You don't KYC for other for wait. Do you just only use Coinbase then?
Yeah, I only use Coinbase. I don't trade on any
Okay.
other platform.
Well, you trade on Coinbase, or you just onboard on
No, I
Coinbase?
just onboard on Coinbase.
Okay, I was gonna say. Yeah, because I don't.
How many
I
places
don't.
would you realistically
I don't
need to
use
KYC? I mean, I kind of
I
wish I
KYC a
entered.
lot. Too many places. Too
Really?
many places. I KYC for FTX, for Binance, for KuCoin, for actually no, not for
Theoretically, though,
KuCoin.
theoretically though,
Um,
like you could theoretically turn on a VPN, go to Binance.com, and top off a Binance.com account with no
well,
KYC.
but I didn't when I was like deep, like knee deep into exchanges. I didn't know that, so
Yeah.
I would just like I made a Coinbase account. I was having fun, and then I learned about this thing called Solana, and it's like, oh,
That was
like
the first thing
Coinbase
you
doesn't
learned
have
about.
Solana yet. It was pretty early on, yeah.
Solana was
Solana was
one
a
of your
big
good
winner for
trades.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, and Coinbase didn't have Solana. What has Solana? Oh, FTX US has Solana. Cool, let's go check that out. KYC for that. I
Damn.
find another token that I want to buy
He
that
got you.
FTX and Coinbase don't have. I find this thing called Luna that FTX, Coinbase, Binance, none of them have it, but KuCoin has it, so I can make a KuCoin account. Um,
Yeah.
I was just hopping between before I realized like that was probably not the best way of going about it. But I don't know. I mean, maybe there won't be any harm in the long run. Guess we'll find
Yeah.
out.
Speaking of making it easier, you want to talk about some of the account abstraction stuff? It's pretty much everyone's
Uh,
thesis for 2023.
yeah, it's up there. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not fully one of in like this thesis paper I was writing. Like one of the questions that everybody kind of omits that I was trying to answer for all of them was like why now? Like Like, yeah, like real world assets are eventually going to be well financialized on chain. Like, yeah, maybe one day we can do real estate on chain. Yeah, one day we'll have institutional DeFi, but like, why now? You know, why this year? And like, I don't know that we're quite there for account abstraction yet. Um, the social recovery is nice and all. That's like the only real working feature to my knowledge for like major players. And then maybe like batching transactions. I think Argent X has like efficient gas for batching transactions.
Have you used any? Have you used Argent? Have you used any of the?
Uh, I've used Argent X. I haven't. I've seen a demo for Soul Wallet. I haven't used anything else. There's another one that I was gonna look into called StackUp, I think. Um, I don't know. I just don't know that there's that many people in the space right now who would benefit significantly from a smart contract wallet. Like, I mean, it's a smart contract, so there's additional risk to some level. Obviously, there's like problems with MetaMask and privacy, and there's people who are very much against that. But I don't know. I just don't know that the niche is there yet. I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen one day. I don't know if it's gonna happen in 2023 though.
I don't think so either. I feel like people mention account abstraction, but nobody really can say what they want it to look like yet or how they want it to work. Like, what's the
I mean,
best form? Like, yeah, what's the best form of account abstraction? Because I mean, like,
I
you know,
th-
type in a credit card instead of like an address. Like, that's as simple as it gets for
mm,
buying stuff, is it not?
I think that the key features that people mostly talk about right now are social recovery, batching transactions,
Social
so
recovery
in
is
essence lower gas fees. Social recovery is like instead of saving a seed phrase, you identify
few friends.
like three or four other wallets. It could
Yeah,
be friends, it could be organizations, it could be Binance. You could have like strictly like you could have guardians who essentially just provide verification for that.
actually,
It
I
could
like
be
that.
any other smart contracts. You recover your wallet with that instead of seed phrases like a three or four multi sig or something, however many you want. There's that. There's batching transactions, so like less fees. There is chain abstraction, which I don't know if that's. I'm not sure if that's
Heard
something
that.
that's unique to smart contract wallets or not. Um,
The fuel guys were
I would
even talking
imagine it. I
about
would
that.
imagine it could be, huh?
The fuel guys were even talking about that.
I think that's important. I think honestly, I think that's the one that has the strongest use case right now. But I don't know how that what
Works.
that issue looks like for a smart contract wallet. Like in theory, it makes sense in my head. If you have a wallet on, I don't know, your address is the same on Ethereum, Arbitrum, uh, zk Sync, Optimism, whatever. So I don't know. I don't know enough about how that works
Yeah, I
to
don't
answer that
understand how
honestly,
that
but
works either. But yeah, account
but
abstraction. What else are people talking?
uh,
How are me and you going to know or notice when we're just being shilled by VCs? I think that's the.
I think it's very easy to spot these
You
days.
think so?
Honestly. Yeah, I mean, people are diligent now. Like, well, the community is diligent. I think. Like trust with VCs is like lower than it's ever been. But the problem is that founders still need VCs. They need VCs now more than ever, honestly, because it's really hard to come by capital. Um, but like obviously, retail got burned by FTX. Retail got burned by Luna, by all this other stuff that happened. But like they didn't like retail couldn't have seen FTX coming. Like they weren't in on those DD calls with Sam. Um, VCs were.
No, I'm talking
and still
like
some of the top VCs okayed that.
I'm talking like narratives that are like propagated by like the people who were telling us that Luna was going to work were the people who were in it for a while. The people who told us Sol was the next big thing or the next ETH was multi-coin. You know, like
Mm.
how do you so like for fuel, right? I like fuel. I like hearing this guy John Adler explain it and trying to understand how it works. The tech seems good, right? But when you raise
Hmm.
that much money, what was it like $250 million or something like that?
Some sort like that. Yeah.
And then like you go to their YouTube and the people that are making YouTube videos with him are blockchain capital. And so you're like, I mean, like, yeah, we can go on the test net. Yeah, we can sit there and probably get some kind of airdrop. But
Hmm.
our entry's never going to be the VC level. So we're realistically
Yeah.
always going to get dumped on. But I'm just trying to figure out a way to, because then you'll see it on Bankless. Like now, Fuel has Bankless ads. Like
Mm.
on Bankless, Fuel's getting the ads there. Like so, then you're like, okay, like is this real or am I just going to get dumped on again? And is this modular execution layer just going to die? Like, are people really not going to use it? And am I just being shilled? I think that's the
Yeah.
one thing
I
I
see
want to
what you
try
mean.
and figure out in this year, like how to quickly identify that. It's just like I feel like it's just a cynicism, just like questioning every little thing. Because I feel like I trusted too many people, too many narratives, too many shills, all of 2022. I think that was my biggest mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's tough because like I think there are definitely some like value add VCs in the space who like yes they have a much better entry than you. Yes, they're just trying to promote one of their investments, but there's a couple out there that they're not just supporting and propagating this project because it's going to make them money, but it's because what they truly believe is like a net good and like is going to be helpful in the long run.
Yeah.
The problem is that's a very small number. So like in
You
general,
want to shout out a few
I
of
think
those
it's
guys?
um
Who comes to mind? I mean, I'm coming in with
like
cynicism. Like I don't trust
of
anybody in 2023, honestly.
of the well known ones, like once you get past like the names that everybody knows, it gets a little bit murky just because it's more nuanced than just good or bad. But I would say the ones that I know of that I would consider to be reputable, that I would have some level of trust in, would probably be Variant, um, Inflection. Inflection is very they I think they've taken on maybe like 10 deals though. And they're much more like research focused. So you won't hear them talking about you won't hear them like shilling on like YouTube or something like that often, if at all.
A16Z?
I don't know any more about A16Z than you do, honestly.
No, I'm not asking
I
for like the, insider information. But like general sentiment of like because to me they're all like I just have
I mean I don't
bad
trust
sentiment
A16Z.
towards everybody at this point.
I think it's if you talk about A16Z, it's safe to be wary of them.
Yeah.
Um, Probably the smarter thing to do in that scenario. I don't know. It feels like A16Z is a little bit like compared to the other crypto VCs. It seems like they're kind of disconnected from like the network, which I guess they can
They
afford to be
yeah.
because of just their size and their pedigree.
Yeah.
Um,
So how are we
yeah, I mean,
avoiding getting dumped on? What kind of are
I
you
think
looking at
I think
raises and being like, okay, if they raise this
I
much
think in
money and
general it
there's
has
this
gotten
much
easier.
allocation, like there's no way that this is natural growth. There's no way that there's going to be a fit here. Like,
So,
how do you evaluate that?
uh, I think I think Art Gobblers is a good example. Um,
Art gobblers. Why did I just see something
yeah,
about
it
that?
was a that was an NFT collection that launched in August, maybe August, September, November ish, in the fall. It launched in the fall. Backed by Paradigm. Um,
Backed by
I don't remember how
Paradigm,
big the yeah.
an NFT collection.
It's it's like a it was like a new mechanic of like essentially there's like the NFTs, which is like gobblers, and then there's a goo token, and the the gobblers the gobbler it sounds so our industry's a fucking joke, dude.
Like, how do you seriously walk into Paradigm
The
office
gobblers eat
and
art.
pitch this? How do you pitch this with a serious face?
The gobblers eat art. The goo is used to make art. So the gobblers burn art. The goo mince art.
Of
Um,
course it does.
and you can the gobblers make more goo, but it's
Uh-huh.
proportional to how much goo you own. So you have to own a proportionate supply of goo and gobblers to maintain a specific rate. Otherwise, your slice of the pie is gonna
So goo should be
it's
in
gonna
everyone's 401k is basically what you're saying.
yeah,
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 okay.
essentially. But so this thing launched. I don't remember the collection size, but the whitelist was all insiders, solely insiders, and it was being hyped up so much into launch. This was like right. I think this was right before you got into NFTs, like maybe like a week or two before. I want to say. 7% creator fee. What's the collection size? 2,500 collection. And it was just like it was the arts from the guy from Rick and Morty, whatever his name was,
Yes. Yeah, I don't know his
the
name.
like director
Yeah.
creator Rick and Morty. Um, and it's like it was what like 10 ETH at launch. You could just like I don't know that kind of thing. You can just smell it's gonna be like an insider's dream, a VC's dream.
So did
Like
you know Paradigm was in it before you saw that? Or
it was yeah.
it was
Paradigm wrote about
announced?
it multiple times.
Okay.
It was announced, yeah.
Yeah.
There's you can still find articles about it on Paradigm's website, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But they raised this big round. They, prior to even launching their collection or anything, they just gave out whitelist spots to influencers and friends of influencers. And granted, for like there were people in that group who genuinely really benefited from this whitelist. Like there were some reaches of the whitelist that went to people who, selling it at 10 ETH right after launch. That's a lot of fucking money. It's like life changing money for
Yeah.
someone. But they were few and far in between. It was mostly influencers, mostly I I don't, I can't say for sure, but I would imagine a lot went to Paradigm or friends of Paradigm. There was the distribution was all over the place. Honestly, it was from the people I knew who got spots. It was clearly heavily skewed to people who like had no business being in this in the first place. Like
Do you think a lot of those go that way though? Like something a bit more, I guess, decentralized or less VC like DeGods and then bringing in Utes. Do you think
I mean, okay,
Frank's whole
Utes was
family is
intended to
giving
be.
Utes whitelist though?
I, th- I mean,
You think
yeah,
that's just like a natural
shit,
human
hell
thing?
yeah,
Yeah.
100%, yeah. I mean, if
Yeah.
if you're curating whitelist like that, you are going to give stuff to your closest friends, 100%.
Yeah.
But like Utes was presented as a like high status like social club kind of thing. Like you had to apply. It was this big thing when you got in. They weren't like fronting really. Whereas like Art Gobblers is like it just left a bad taste in my mouth. Like
Yeah.
it's like presented as this like quirky like Rick and Morty
Take a
gross
look at
funny
art
kind of
gobblers.
thing that allows people to make art and sell art. Um, when in reality, like there were people on the back end, people who were already in positions with lots of money and lots of influence who were just making another, five figures off of this. Um, and like
Art
look at the
gobblers.
chart looks like dog shit, dude. It's 2 ETH now. It's still 2 ETH. That's like a lot for what it is. It was never used for what it was. It was never, at least like, on paper, supposed to be like, oh, this is a way for you to make art and monetize your art. Um, but it never gained traction for that. It launched. It was worth tens of thousands of dollars, and it was dumped. And
Yeah,
then you can kind of cover for that by saying, oh, it was an experiment. It was just an experiment. We were playing around with this new mechanic, and it's like,
yeah.
yeah,
Everyone's experimenting.
but why are you giving tens of thousands of dollars to your friends just like that, and selling it to unsuspecting retail users? Like, I
Yeah,
don't know anyone who bought this stuff near the top, but I guarantee you there were people who did.
yeah. If I was there, I probably would have. 100%. If I had the money. Just buying a fucking 10 ETH art gobbler.
I definitely would not have personally.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so like something like this, like pretty clear what it is. It's pretty like it didn't take a lot of digging, and like it was not an uncommon opinion to see this as like a VC shill. Um,
Yeah.
I think that people are more diligent than they have been before. Communities are more diligent than they've been before, but you still have to second guess things, and you still have to, you know, don't trust anyone. Don't
Yeah.
trust, verify.
Yep.
People love saying that.
So let's just shoot off quick predictions 2023. Like a hot button since we're like an hour 20. So
Sure.
ZK rollups
UK
2023, yes or
rollups.
no?
Uh,
As in,
I
let's
I
say
think
they
there's gonna be
get,
good opportunity there. Like
yeah.
with the DApps, with the airdrops, with all the incentivized test nets or whatever. I
Yeah,
think
let's go off that. Let's go
it'll be worth your time to do that.
if there's opportunity. Well, I guess all of these have opportunity though.
Yeah, I mean, there's opportunity everywhere.
What about
Like we said earlier.
real world assets in DeFi? What are you thinking about that?
No, no, definitely not yet. I
You
don't,
seen the maker
I don't
stuff though? They're making a shit ton of money
know.
off of their RWAs.
Really, what are they
I
doing?
saw a chart somewhere. They have dude, they have treasury bonds. I think they have real estate, or they're like a lot of their revenue is from RWAs now.
I have not heard about this at all. I've been keeping up with Maker for shit.
I don't know where I saw it, but apparently their RWA it accounts for a small proportion of their like their portfolio, I guess you would call, of their
Hmm.
assets. But they've been successful so far in their tests of it. Like I think they're giving out loans to people or like companies. Well, I don't actually.
Hmm.
Let me take that back. Yeah, here we go. They allocated 400 million DAI to short-term U.S. Treasuries, 100 million DAI to investment-grade corporate bonds, and they have 5 RWA vaults, which are currently deploying 41.7 million DAI.
Okay, well, I
And
got
this
to
page
read
is
into
here.
that then
Yeah,
because
because RWAs has felt like a
uh,
joke for a while now. But once I heard a little bit
yeah, I
about that, I
mean,
was like, it's pretty interesting. There might be something there.
if Maker's doing it, then definitely worth looking into. Can't answer that one now though, because
Yeah,
my answer for that is like default no, but that's because I'm not seeing any strides made. But maybe this is it. I don't know. It's
yeah.
pretty cool.
What about? I mean, you talked a
Um,
bit about the alt L1s. Do you think Cosmos
I
has
don't.
legit legs?
Yeah, but
2023.
Cosmos is not. I mean, I'm not. When I say Cosmos, obviously, I'm not talking about like the Cosmos hub, like the Cosmos chain itself, but rather like
The app chains that build on it.
uh like yeah, chains built using Tendermint, chains that are like Cosmos SDK compatible. Which to me is going to be like specific like app specific chains. So like I don't know, all the examples kind of suck right now. I don't think there's any good example of an application specific L1 or even application specific roll up. I mean, yeah, you could look at like Stargaze or like Osmosis or
Do you
something and
see that
compare them, but I
Nerberus
don't think
one
those
that
are
I
good
sent?
examples. Which one?
That Nibiris or something like that. It's from the guys that did that one VC. They're from that one VC. His name is Arjun from Tribe.
Familiar with Tribe, but I don't remember which
Nibiru
thing you're talking about.
chain. They're doing derivatives chain. Hold on. Let's see. They're in testnet. Fully on chain derivative and spot trading.
Oh,
I'm
you did send me this. That's right.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe I read something wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're trying to go order book style, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, there's some like cool, very specific things being built on Cosmos. Um,
Mm. My problem with like DeFi on Cosmos is liquidity. Um,
do you think
like
you'd ever bridge if there was a solid way to do it?
bridge
From ETH,
from
like, do you think people go there if there's like a crazy good order book exchange that's as good
people
as
bridge for
FTX
Luna,
that's
didn't they?
decentralized? Yeah, but that was for like
People bridge for Luna.
that was for basically being paid to. I'm talking like killer app like GMX. People bridge to Arbitrum and like it's a different kind of bridging, but like the whole 7 day period and like before there was like a lot of liquidity just to like do something like hot protocol like instantly
Mm-hmm.
when you were using like the actual Arbitrum bridge that they had. Um, Arbitrum was weird to bridge to, but they flushed it out. They flushed out the bridging. There were protocols that focused on the bridging, and GMX was like a killer app, which came from Binance. GMX started on Binance, and like
Did it really? On Binance Chain or what do you mean?
uh, I think Binance Chain. Yeah,
Oh
they
wow.
started on Binance Chain. I think they got like because they have a good launch pad, and
Did not know that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They started on
Interesting.
Binance, and yeah. So I think a lot of what I'm thinking is any of these all L1s like um, Sway or C or Aptos, like the only way they work is killer app
With
and
the
a
killer
bridge
app.
to Ethereum. That's the only way. Like that's the only way. And so
Yeah.
I think Cosmos, because they have such a good, like you said, the Tendermint and like their SDK, they can build very specific things. They just flush out like a beautiful bridge. I mean, like something like I don't think it's a good comparison. It's like apples and oranges, but like something like Hot Protocol, just making it that quick and
Hmm.
like Hot Protocol went all of 22 without getting a single hack. And like when I feel like I used it early on and they've done billions of dollars and not a single hack. Like it's pretty impressive. So I think if there's someone that can do that for Cosmos, which I think is Polymer DAO, Polymer. But I think that's them. And yeah, I can see Cosmos having legs. But killer apps. That's all you need as an L1. That's what you should be investing in.
Yeah, that's. I think that's like. I think that's made that much easier for something like Cosmos versus like an Aptos or a Sui or a whatever. Just because there's all like obviously the bridging experience isn't fantastic, but there's already a fleshed out ecosystem there. There's already contained like L1s that can easily move from one to the other. And the EVM compatibility is being built out. Like it's not like it's I mean, I can't say whether that's happening on Aptos or Sui or whatever or not. I
It
can't say
has to
whether
be.
it's going to be.
It has to be.
It has to be, but I don't know if it's being done on a level
It has to
that's
be
more
the
than just
first
bridging.
thing that you do though, if you're building an L1.
Well, I would say the first thing is just
Well,
bridging because that's
yeah.
effective and proven. But if you're talking about like something smoother than that, I don't know that
Oh, you were saying like full on EVM compatibility?
full on EVM
Oh,
compatibility.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, yeah.
something
That's
like Avmos
yeah.
or Canto or Barachain.
Bear chain. I can't wait to get dumped on for bear chain when
That's
I
gonna be
eventually buy
that's
a
gonna
pit
be a
bear.
fun one.
I
That's for
cannot
sure.
wait. Tetranode's gonna just dump on me again. I
Yeah, yeah. Still need to make time to get one. I'm not comfortable picking up
I
one of those
stare at one
bears
every
yet,
single
but
night. Like I have like a gut
really?
feeling about Barachain too. I really do. Like I feel like their marketing might just go insane, especially Q1 2023. Like I feel
I
like
mean,
they're
if you're thinking about it that much, I would say just snag one. Like you can grab one for.
for
I'm sure
like
you can get filled
I'm
at
I'm
like
probably
just
gonna
about one
just
eighth.
put a bunch of offers for 180. I was gonna ask you, is there somewhere where I can just mass offers on OpenSea? Is there like some kind of
Like you want to offer on specific tokens.
no like remember when I showed you that one wallet that was doing a bunch of that key card thing, and I was like, oh, they have a shit ton of offers. Like, are people just using some kind of bot to like
Yeah,
mass
yeah.
offer? Like, what is that?
That's a good question.
Have
Actually, I
you
don't
ever
know.
done anything with that?
No. Maybe you can do it on Blur potentially.
Maybe.
Let's see. Let's Suzuki's real quick. That was all flagged.
I'm gonna
No.
I'm gonna stop recording real quick.
Um. All
Use
right.
that.